Hey y'all, what's going on, y'all? Hope y'all doing okay. All right. No channel message today, but we'll just see what comes out. Thank you guys for clicking on. Thank you to my subscribers and for my tribe. Hey y'all. All right, so let's see what's going on here for y'all today. See a quick transformation coming through. So there's a quick transformation coming through for you. There's something here about transforming, transformers. I'm hearing that song by Chris Brown, I Can Transform You. Like from the Transformers, when he first came back out, it was like when he was like reintroducing himself after the whole Rihanna situation. And so you may be reintroducing yourself to the world after you have gone through a transformation here. I'm feeling that you guys may have had to get rid of some energies, that may have not been so good for you. They may not have necessarily been bad energies, but just energy you needed to like get rid of, right? Bad habits could be a part of that as well. But I really am just talking about people, like just somebody is not a bad person. They just don't vibe with you anymore, right? It's not necessarily like you just hate them or, bad blood or anything, but you did have to cut ties with them, right? And I feel like it's been family, friends, probably work, coworkers. I heard people, places, and things. Okay, so y'all clearing it out for sure. So so y'all are undergoing a major transformation here, and so with that, I can transform you. I feel like you asked spirit for help. You prayed, you asked, you meditated, you did something like that to ask for help to push your life into a new direction or to change your life in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like that's what happened. So your angels answered, like, I can transform you. Just let us know what you need. So I feel like that's the energy. Also, I feel like whenever you did do these changes, maybe you had to experience a lot of upheaval. A lot of people have an issue with, the new you. 222 on the phone. A lot of people have an issue with the new you, right? They don't understand. And it's interesting because whenever you do go through that, like, death of a certain level, like it's, I call it really like a 3D death, right? Where everything is not on the physical for you anymore. You're not worldly. You're starting to like, ascend. And I feel like whenever that happens, a lot of times when you clear everything out, you don't know what to do next. You almost feel empty because you don't have all of this extra stuff going on. So you feel like that little bit of anxiety that is kind of like disconcerting. I mean, like, honestly, it is because it makes you feel like, well, dang, what do I do now? I don't want to go back, but I need to move forward. But you're kind of like, I don't want to say stuck because it's not a stuck energy. It's just like, well, what do I do now? And so maybe trying to figure out what you really like, what you really do love, what kind of activities you like to do now, what kind of food you like to eat now. Because if you were under spiritual attack, you may have had a different kind of appetite to where maybe you were barely eating or you only like to eat certain foods. Well, now you're not under spiritual attack, 333 on the phone. Okay, thank you, Jesus. That it's one of those things to where now you're like, oh, you know what? I actually do like Italian. I remember when I used to like Italian, I used to love pasta. And it's like, when did I stop loving pasta? And it's like, you know what? I stopped, maybe a year ago. But now you're kind of like, okay, I like this, getting more familiar with the things that maybe in the past that you liked that are coming back around because you come out of this, like a spiritual attack, hex, curse, whatever it is, right? So, it's something about food here. Like someone's enjoying food a lot more. Someone is understanding, like, oh, I don't like that kind of food. I like this kind of food. I feel like there's something with candy. Maybe you've been like eating a lot of candy lately or something like that, or now you don't like candy anymore because it's something different about it. And that's the thing too. When you ascend spiritually, a lot of times your body will not allow you to eat the same foods. I know for me, I can't eat hamburgers unless I make them myself, right? And they have to be Angus. If they're not, then I can't even. You know what I mean? Like it's something about that. I have to only do lean meat. I can't do just buy regular hamburger meat from the store and eat it. So it's certain things like that. I can't really do a lot of fast food anymore. Like it'll literally make me sick to my stomach. And just as soon as I eat it, my body is getting rid of it. And so you might be experiencing a lot of that too. And you might feel like you're sick. You're not. It's just that you need to change your diet. You need to, maybe do more fruits and vegetables, or maybe just eat in moderation, or stop eating fast food and cook, at home or something like that. And honestly, it is something to that. I feel like, the energy that's put into making food, when you make it yourself, you probably don't get sick, right? But like for Thanksgiving, if you went over somebody else's house, you may have been on the toilet the whole night or the whole next day. And so it's the energy that is going into food, the energy that is of the person who is actually making your food. So that's something to think about as well. People you're around, what you're buying, what you're doing, kind of maybe being more conscious of it, because you're not on that autopilot, that 3D autopilot where you're just moving and going and shaking, right? You're actually moving with intent now. Some of you guys are actually setting intentions. Okay, 6:00 on the clock, y'all. Somebody's actually setting intentions every day. When they wake up, there's prayer, there's some kind of like ritual that you're doing every day, and it's bringing you a lot of balance and stability and joy, happiness, like being grateful. A lot of y'all are getting into the attitude of gratitude, where you're being grateful for what you do have, and being able to see those small little things like, hey, I woke up this morning. I'm able to walk. You know what I mean? Like, I know for me personally, I hate going to the stores. I don't have a car, but I had to tell myself, you have legs. At least you do have legs. At least you're not having to, try to get to the store in a wheelchair, because that would be more difficult. That would be more strenuous. You do have blessings. You do have I feel like sometimes we take it for granted because we don't pay attention to it, right? But for me, I've learned, that in that moment where I started just kind of be like, oh, I don't want to go to the store. It's like, girl, get your shit together, because you have legs, you have arms, you are an able-bodied person. You're not ill. You know what I mean? Like all these different things I had to just like tell myself, be grateful that you have the legs to walk to the store. Be grateful the store is close to you and you don't live out in the country somewhere. Things like that. Be grateful that it's a Walmart and not a high ass priced, grocery store, right? So I feel like you guys are doing that. You're being grateful for the small things, the little things, right? That actually end up being huge if you think about it, because without, like I said, in my scenario that I just spoke on, is just like I said, it would be harder if I had to be in a wheelchair. Or what if I, you know, um, couldn't walk at all? What if I didn't have legs at all? Things like that. So yeah, I just feel like, you're realizing that these little things would make a big impact in your life if you weren't able to do them, or if you weren't able to see that, or if because I feel like when we're in that 3D energy, we just take a lot of things for granted, a lot, because we're not paying attention to the fact that we woke up with breath in our body, or that we're not sick or ill, right? And so being grateful for what you don't see, what you don't have, what you don't, so that's that energy as well. Yeah, being grateful for what you don't have, what you don't see, what you normally don't pay attention to. So that's the consciousness that you guys are coming into, and that is awesome. I'm also looking here in my cards, and I see 222, y'all. 222. And so this is what I'm talking about with this ascending energy here. This person is standing on top of some books. So it actually says wisdom. The card says wisdom here at the bottom. If you notice, she's above the clouds. She's standing on top of books, and she also has a ladder also. So this is you guys. You guys are completely ascending. Life is balancing out. Things are slowing down. They're calming down. There's a lot more peace, I feel like. And see, this girl is also inside of a boat. If y'all can tell that that's a boat that she's inside of, and she's just floating on the clouds, gliding across the clouds. And so she's also allowing spirit to guide her, which is exactly what I was talking about with you guys, is you're just allowing yourself to like co-create with spirit. I just heard, allowing spirit to guide you, tell you what's next, because you are up here alone trying to figure it out. Like I said before, it's that energy of, well, what do I do now? And look what's behind that creation. Yep, co-create with spirit. Changing your mind, redeveloping yourself, redeveloping your actions, how you do things, what you love to do, what you don't. want to do, what you're not going to do anymore, things you're not going to put up with. It's also about 10, yeah, 10 on the clock. So, setting those boundaries. And then with this card, I feel like it's just that, that bounce back, okay? Because maybe there were some choppy waters, maybe you were going through a storm, and I feel like you're coming out of this right now. Things are changing for you, because I'm looking back here, you see these ships in the back. It's like maybe you just felt like it was constantly going back and forth, like you were in a sea that was just up and down, up and down. And I feel like now you are here. You found that peace, and you rely on your spirituality now to help you, to guide you. You're no longer taking advice and listening to folks. You are using your own discernment when it comes to everything, intentions, all that. And see right here, these are like blueprints. These are your new blueprints that you're, you know, putting in place for your life, but you are creating it with spirit, your ancestors, your spirit tribe. Maybe you have joined a support group or something like that, but I feel like this is you by yourself with spirit, okay? With the most high, with whoever you deem your higher source is coming into some kind of fruition for you. But these are the blueprints. You almost got a new life, right? So you can kind of just, what do you want to do now? What do you want to be now? Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Look, prosperity. I just noticed that. So prosperity is here. So this is what's in store for you guys, I feel like. Okay, life is going to get a lot more prosperous, but it's going to be easy. And it may feel weird at first because of how easy it is, how quickly you can manifest things, right? There's something too with religion. I feel like some people here have made a decision to maybe not go back to a religious setting or church or family or something like that. Maybe you guys have realized that, spirituality may be more important to you than religion. You know what I mean? Right here, I have 39 and 39, which is very interesting because that breaks down to a 12, which breaks down to a 3. So technically, I got 12, 12 here. Or you can say it's 33. And look, it was 12. Okay, Spirit, it was 12:22 on the clock. Okay, Spirit, speak today. Speak today. Some of y'all may want to look up the number 12:22. Definitely look up the number 39. Okay. So it's like you call for balance in your life, and it's coming, or it's here. Okay. All right. So this happened yesterday too, where my damn phone just popped out of my stand that is holding. I don't know what is going on with this, but give me a second, y'all. Yep, maybe some of y'all are about to just pop back out in the new you. Some of y'all are popping back out in a new city. Some of you guys have relocated to get away from these people, and a relocation doesn't always have to be in another state, right? So I feel like maybe you guys have relocated, maybe